How did a poor, orphaned boy from the Caribbean rise to become one of the most influential figures in American history? The answer begins with Alexander Hamilton's early life. Born in the mid-18th century on the small island of Nevis in the Caribbean, Hamilton's life was marked by hardship from the get-go. His father abandoned the family, and his mother passed away when he was just 12 years old. Despite these challenges, Hamilton proved himself to be an extraordinary individual from an early age, showing a keen intellect and a voracious appetite for learning. He received his initial education at a local school in Nevis. Recognizing his potential, community leaders pooled resources to send him to New York, where he could pursue further education. In the bustling city of New York, Hamilton's world expanded, and so did his ambitions. This young, ambitious immigrant was on a path that would lead him to the very heart of America's birth as a nation. Hamilton's life took a dramatic turn with the onset of the American Revolution. As unrest grew in the colonies, Hamilton found himself swept up in the revolutionary fervor. A young, ambitious intellect, Hamilton was not content to sit on the sidelines. He joined a New York artillery company in 1775, quickly rising through the ranks due to his leadership and strategic abilities. When George Washington took command of the Continental Army, he noticed Hamilton's talents. Washington needed a right-hand man, someone with a sharp mind and a knack for organization. Hamilton fit the bill perfectly. In 1777, he was appointed as Washington's aide-de-camp, essentially serving as his chief of staff. Hamilton's role in the Revolution wasn't limited to desk work, though. He yearned for military glory, to prove his worth on the battlefield. Finally, in 1781, he was given command of a battalion. His moment came during the Battle of Yorktown, the decisive confrontation of the war. Hamilton led a successful charge on the British defenses at Redoubt 10, a key victory that helped to secure American independence. But Hamilton's contributions to the Revolution weren't limited to his military service. He also used his pen to advocate for the cause. His letters and essays rallied support for the war, arguing passionately for the ideals of liberty and self-governance. Hamilton's leadership and strategic acumen during the war laid the groundwork for his future political career. His experiences shaped his perspective on governance and the need for a strong central authority, which would become a hallmark of his political philosophy. As we'll see in the next scene, these ideas would come to define his role as one of the nation's key financial architects. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into Hamilton's life and legacy. In the aftermath of the Revolution, Hamilton emerged as a key architect of America's financial system. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, he had the monumental task of putting the country's finances in order. The American economy was in shambles, with the fledgling nation burdened by debts from the Revolutionary War. But Hamilton, with his keen intellect and financial acumen, had a vision for a prosperous America. He proposed a bold and comprehensive financial plan that aimed to stabilize the American economy. This plan had three key components. First, Hamilton advocated for the federal government to assume all state debts. This move, he believed, would bind the states more closely to the federal government, strengthening the nation as a whole. He faced fierce opposition, but Hamilton was unyielding, arguing that a consolidated national debt would give the United States more credibility on the international stage. The second component of Hamilton's financial plan was the imposition of taxes to pay off the national debt. He introduced an excise tax on whiskey, which caused an uproar among farmers and led to the infamous Whiskey Rebellion. But Hamilton stood firm, understanding that these taxes were essential for the country's financial health. The third and perhaps most significant part of Hamilton's plan was the establishment of the first bank of the United States. He believed a national bank was necessary to stabilize and improve the nation's credit, and to improve handling of the financial business of the United States government under the newly enacted Constitution. Hamilton's financial plan faced fierce opposition, but he fought tirelessly to see it implemented. His vision was far-reaching, extending beyond the immediate post-revolution period to the future growth and prosperity of the United States. In the end, Hamilton's financial architecture was instrumental in setting the United States on a path of economic success. His policies laid the groundwork for the robust American economy we know today. Hamilton's financial vision set the United States on the path to economic prosperity. Hamilton's political life was marked by fierce rivalries and controversies. Indeed, no examination of Alexander Hamilton's life would be complete without acknowledging the intense ideological clashes that shaped his political career. One of his most significant rivalries was with fellow founding father, Thomas Jefferson. The two men were at odds over the future of the young United States. Hamilton, a staunch Federalist, believed in a strong central government and a dynamic capitalist economy. Jefferson, on the other hand, championed the rights of states and envisioned an agrarian society led by the yeoman farmer. Their contrasting visions laid the groundwork for the first political parties in America, the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. But Hamilton's political life was not just about ideological battles. It was also marked by personal scandals. One of the most notable was the Reynolds affair. In the mid-1990s, Hamilton had an extramarital affair with Maria Reynolds. When her husband blackmailed him, Hamilton chose to publicly admit to the affair in a detailed pamphlet, hoping to clear his name of corruption charges. This decision, while preserving his political integrity, dealt a blow to his personal reputation. Finally, we cannot ignore the conflict with Aaron Burr that culminated in the infamous duel. Years of political tension and personal animosity between the two men reached a head in July of 1804. Hamilton's disparaging remarks about Burr published in a newspaper, coupled with their long-standing rivalry, led Burr to challenge Hamilton to a duel. The outcome, as we know, was tragic. Hamilton was fatally wounded and died the next day. Yet, despite the controversies, Hamilton's influence on America's political landscape was undeniable. His bold vision for America, his contributions to the Constitution, and his economic policies have had a lasting impact on the nation. Even his rivalries, fraught with tension and conflict, played a significant role in shaping the political discourse of the United States, laying the foundations for the party system that we see today. His story, in all its complexity, is a testament to the indelible mark he left on American history. So, what is Alexander Hamilton's legacy, and why does it matter today? Well, let's start with the Constitution. Hamilton's contributions to the Federalist Papers helped shape the Constitution we know today. His essays passionately argued for a centralized government, a strong executive branch, and a system of checks and balances, principles that are fundamental to our democracy. His vision of a robust federal government has guided leaders and policymakers for over 2 centuries. Now, let's talk economics. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton laid the groundwork for America's economic system. He established the National Bank, assumed state debts, and promoted industry and commerce. His innovative policies fostered economic growth and stability, setting the United States on a path to become a global economic power. Hamilton's economic vision also extended to his belief in a diversified economy. He championed manufacturing alongside agriculture, understanding that a balanced economy was key to the nation's prosperity. This approach is still evident today, as America continues to thrive as a diverse economic powerhouse. But Hamilton's influence isn't limited to the realm of economics or governance. His ideas have shaped our understanding of individual rights and federalism. He believed in a strong national government, yes, but he also championed individual liberties and the rule of law. His interpretations of the Constitution continue to influence legal and political thought, reinforcing the delicate balance between government power and individual freedom. In many ways, Hamilton's legacy is one of foresight. He envisioned an America that was strong, prosperous, and free. An America that could stand on the world stage as a beacon of democracy and economic might. His ideas, his policies, and his passion helped shape the nation we know today. So why does Hamilton's legacy matter? Because his vision for America, a vision of strength, prosperity, and freedom, continues to guide us. His ideas have become integral to our national identity, shaping how we understand our past, navigate our present, and envision our future. From his humble beginnings to his enduring legacy, Alexander Hamilton's life and work have left an indelible mark on the story of America. Today, we've traced the remarkable life of Alexander Hamilton, from his birth in the Caribbean to his death in a duel. We've explored Hamilton's early life as an immigrant and orphan, his pivotal role in the American Revolution, and his visionary contributions as the nation's first Secretary of the Treasury. We've delved into his political rivalries, particularly with Thomas Jefferson, and the ideological battles that shaped the future of America. We've also examined the enduring legacy of Hamilton, from his influence on economic policy and constitutional interpretation to the cultural phenomenon of the hit Broadway musical that bears his name. Through every facet of his life, we see a man of immense intellect, ambition, and perseverance, whose impact on American history is profound. Alexander Hamilton's story is a testament to the power of ambition, intellect, and perseverance. His impact on American history is profound and continues to resonate in the 21st century.